Howdy, everybody. Welcome to the KalamariCast. This is Hubert. I'm with Nick. This is going to be more of a solo review. Nick is going to be accompanying me.
I'm along for the ride. That's about it.
He's played Dragon Age 1. We've both played Dragon Age 1. I am the only one to have played Dragon Age 2. So he does have a couple questions about this game.
I'm like you guys.
All I can say is that it wasn't Dragon Age 1.
Oh.
So it was kind of disappointing, but I guess we'll get into that.
So why?
Why?
For one reason why it wasn't as good as Dragon Age 1.
Repetitive dungeons.
Okay.
That is the biggest factor. Right here, I guess it's got the same morality meter. It's the same thing. It's like good, cocky, and evil.
Okay.
But
I like how cocky is in the middle.
Cocky's in the middle, of course. I was a saucy female for this character, so I would give snarky remarks to this chick. She was annoying. And the characters weren't nearly as good either.
No?
No.
Oh.
It wasn't nearly as fun. I mean, obviously the character relations are a big part, so when you're talking, but it still wasn't as fun as the first one.
Okay.
And so it just ended up just wanting to make her just get like done in.
I would never say as much.
Yeah,
I can't say that.
Something was going to happen to her.
Yeah, I always wanted her like to get like punched in the face or something.
Yeah, there we
because I
go.
wanted to be like
Yeah,
really some really bad snarky remark. So same morality meter. They did improve the combat a little bit. The same thing.
This is exactly the same.
You pick your loadout. You pick like which characters. Obviously, each one has their individual abilities and stuff. So it's similar gameplay. But the problem is that you get the similar experience, but with a subpar story.
No.
It wasn't nearly as good.
This is cool though. I will say
this game was more of a placeholder for like a third game.
Oh, okay. I will say though that in what I've seen, the maps and like the way you choose where you want to go, the changing from night into day, and the loading screens. Thank you, BioWare. If you're gonna do loading screens, do them right. These is only like 2 of them, but a bunch of them really cool, really artistic.
They did.
Really well stylized and made you. I mean, of course, probably after you were done seeing them a million times, you were sick of them.
Right.
But for me, they were cool.
Right. They definitely improved the aesthetics and the menus. The menus were a lot better, and the inventories were a lot easier to deal with. And upgrading your characters. This is a little bit of the combat. This is from the mage side. So if you were to pick a mage, I have rock armor on. It's fashionable.
So this looks like an add-on or DLC for Dragon Age Origins. It looks exactly the same. What was different about this? Was there anything different, or was it
except for a lackluster story and and it was a shorter game? You won't see this in this review, but you will see if you play this game. You will see this dungeon at least 20 more times.
I watched for about 1 hour.
And you saw the same one 3 times.
I saw the same exact one 3 times. The only difference was the entrance was in 3 different places.
Yes, and they'll start you from the other side.
Yep.
And have you trek to the other, like to the opposite side.
Now
that's like insulting a gamer's intelligence. You can't.
And especially
have the
after Dragon Age Origins. Come on.
Mass Effect 2. Everywhere you went, it was a different environment, even though it's like a small area and it's a.
But also look at the difference in time between Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2. This has come out in fairly quick proximity to each other. Especially they went Mass Effect Origins, Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age Awakening directly after it, and now this. Now the menus. You said they were easier to use.
A lot easier to use, and you got a good sense of what, and each character had their own individual abilities. Plus there was like different, there was like the standard abilities for like if you were a healer. So each healer would have a set standard of abilities, so each one could have the same healing abilities, and then each character obviously would have their own. And this is the inventory screens
Looks
where you have
exactly the
same, just a little bit easier to use and not quite as much like crap.
There was a fair bit of crap.
So again, they streamlined a lot of it and then sort of dumbed down the story. And
now you're not actually. I mean,
and it's not the same as Dragon Age Origins because Dragon Age Origins, you start from one place, go to another place, and it's a linear story, and you quest, and you're in the same area
the entire
You better
time.
get used to Kirkwall, people, because this is the one place you'll be.
You're not even
the one,
in Ferelden, are
exactly. This is the one city you will see over and over again as you go from each person to person and get different quests. Obviously,
Just
you're in
running through
different
the same
sections,
things.
right? Obviously, you're in different sections for longer periods of time, but still. And this is some of the combat from the warrior aspect. So I got white beard, gray face.
I love your characters.
So the first one was just like the standard chick. I just picked her. She was like if you picked a chick, she was like the default.
Okay.
So they have like a default character for both genders.
But Whitebeard McGrayface took some
that took some work.
That masterpiece took some work.
The mustache took some contemplation.
So as Whitebeard McGrayface here messes up these Templars, obviously we're a little disappointed by it.
Rent.
What would you say? Rent?
2. It's a rent.
Okay.
Easily. I can't tell anyone with a straight face that they should buy this game for $50.
Yeah.
Especially if they played the first one or played Mass Effect 2, which was a lot better.
Would you say that the intro cutscene that we played was the coolest part?
Yeah, probably.
That's sad. Well, that's unfortunate.
This is a
but I'm
gloomy
glad,
review, but it was a good
glad we
game.
got it.
But you know.
All right. Well, as always, comment, rate, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.